All right, welcome everybody to the Global Operator Challenge, and here we are at the Centennial Push. My name's Sam Meeker, I'm with Caterpillar. I'm a market professional for medium track type tractors and track loaders, so I cover the D4 through the D8 and our 3 track loaders. And with me, Miss Amanda.
Hello, hello. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's nice to be here in North Carolina. Beautiful weather.
You bet.
You can see these great machines and operators here.
You bet, you bet. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Amanda. Where are you from? What's up?
I'm from Saskatoon, Canada, up north, up in the cold. I'm a heavy equipment operator up north, so anything from doing roads and then moving right into snow in the winter time. So I mainly operate the grader, but do have a chance to always dip into the other machines when I have to for job dependency.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, with us here, we've got our D4, this is our operator challenge. So we've got our Centennial D4 here. So have you been in D4 yet? Have you got to run one yet?
I have not.
Yep, or even the old D6K too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some old ones up north, so.
It's a pretty popular tractor all over the place. And, you know, this size of tractor for us, this is going to be your, you know, kind of larger, smaller contractor. Maybe they'll do some grading work with it, some finish work. They might even do a little heavy cut work, forest roads, things like that. I haven't seen it. My favorite Canadian application is piling up snow on the side of the interstate. That's mostly D6, D7 work, but I always find that interesting that they pile up snow up north. You've probably seen a little bit of that, haven't you?
A little bit, yeah. We usually use a grader too. We have like a nice big wing blade and we help stack it up there really nicely, or we use a nice V plow to really push it through because snow gets really wet and heavy. So
yeah, and it's there for 6 months of the year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, luckily, in North Carolina, we don't have to worry about that. We got a nice, 80, 85 degree day here, and pretty good for us to get out here and talk a little bit about our dozer challenge. So, we talked just a little bit about the product line. So again, I'm dozer guy. We have the D1 through the D11. So the D1, 2, and 3, those are going to be our small tractors that are actually, basically run out of this BCP Building Construction Products Group. And then I take over at the D4. I'm kind of the application guy for D4 through the D8. And then D9, 10, 11 is going to be our mining folks. So kind of right in the heart of it right in here. But what do we got going on behind us here?
Looks like they're going through the first challenge right now, doing the tire push.
Yeah, I finished doing the setup, and so we're going through our challenge. So we'll just give you a quick overview of the challenge. We're going to do what we call operation as our first piece, where we're going to push that tire through the barrels. Got to be careful not to hit the barrels. Remember, when you were a kid, did you have that operation game? And if you hit the side, yeah. I wish we had a buzzer sound. We don't, but
you can get someone down there.
I know we should. We should get a horn. Make everybody nervous. After we get done with that, we're going to come back and do a little bit of a spreading and grading application where we're going to knock this pile of dirt down and get it graded in there. You could probably do that with a 120 or a 140. Get that in there. Then we're going to peel around the corner. We're going to chase the rabbit. So we've got a couple different rabbits on some strings, kind of a precision type of thing where you've got and that's a grader thing too, right? That super precise, keeping that tolerance in there and chasing that rabbit up the string. And then we finish off with a little bit of deer hunting. We got a couple of deers to tag down there at the end, and then they go back and they put it back. So maybe we should go to the studio and have Jason and Jeff give us a little overview of the challenge.
Maybe a good idea.
Now let's look at the track type tractor.
Oh, the Heritage product. Love this one.
Beautiful Centennial gray. That D4 is all set up, ready to go. So you start with the ripper down inside of a small tire, which is here. We did that because a lot of people, including myself when I did this particular challenge, forgot to lift the ripper. And I went a pretty good distance before I remembered, hey, oops, got to lift that up, which is a big penalty if you forget that.
All right, remember that.
You raise your ripper, raise your blade, you navigate through the course. We got a tire that you got to push through these barrels, and you got to move the machine and the blade in order to make it through those cat barrels right there. Once you're done with that, you reverse out, you walk over to what we call the rabbit, and we doubled down on the rabbit this time. So you got to use the edge of the blade to push the rabbit up this rope, and then on that berm, we have another rabbit. So that machine will be at an angle, and you have to push that rabbit along that particular angle. Then you got to come up, and you got to ring the bell here in this particular area, come back around, and then we're going to ask you to blade to a certain grade.
Okay.
So do a couple passes, make sure you're at grade, and then return the machine to the start-finish. Time will stop.
That's a really, really a lot to take in. with a traditional cat machine, right? This is a great way to celebrate our centennial.
But
this
again,
dozer is really going to use a lot of the different pieces, the technology on there, as well as really challenge the operators in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, we put them on a slope, we get them on a flat. They got to have finite skills here to get through the barrel. They got to be able to have finite skills working on a slope. Again, using that blade, the blade control, all the controls of that particular machine to be as fast as possible.
All right, let's watch them and see how they do.
All right, thanks Jason and Jeff for giving us a quick little overview of that. And let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing out here in the field with these with this challenge. Obviously, you know, doing operation, pushing through the barrels, the key thing is not to hit those barrels. I mean, what do you see when you know, if you're out there working the grader, you're working around some cones and stuff, or trying not to hit manholes, how do you work that?
Well, for these guys, they don't have like good line of sight and vision because the tire is so much lower than their bucket already. So they just gotta have a good feel for where it is and hopefully not go too far and dip into the barrels as much as they can.
Yep.
So that's gonna be good.
Yeah. So it's that's been important for them. And of course, you know, hitting the ground, we don't want them hitting the ground, so we don't want them disturbing that grade there. So that's been a little bit of a challenge. That's probably been the easiest one. The one that we're working on right now, the backfill, has probably been a little bit more of a challenge because it does require that they get all of that dirt back in that trench that we dug out for them.
And they're all under time pressure too, on top of it all. So.
So do you go fast and do a rough? You know, maybe not quite hit grade.
But then you got some spillage.
Exactly.
And then you got to fight the spillage afterwards and put that all back till it's nicely back into grade.
Chasing windrows all day long, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But seems like he's doing a pretty good job so far. He's getting it there.
Yep. I think we found that the successful ones are the ones that kind of blast those first couple of bulks in, and then once they get that done, they really get it slowed down. And then we're allowing them to use grade control and encouraging them to, so they're able to snap that blade on grade and use GPS to get that laid out real nice.
Oh, that's so much nicer. That's so good. Make sure it's nice and level for them. I like that.
You bet.
Help out.
Chasing the rabbit, the third one, kind of running up there is it's really the feel and just watching that blade tip and having complete control over that machine, right? Making sure that you're able to get a hold of that rabbit, help them up the string without,
without nicking it too much there.
Yeah. We don't want them hitting the string, we don't want them hitting the poles, and we don't want them hitting the ground. So
that's fair.
Yep.
That's fair, and they're on angle as well.
Yep.
A little incline, so they gotta really rotate themselves a little bit.
Slope, nothing adds to your nervousness like a 30% slope.
And everyone watching you.
And everyone watching you, exactly.
But these operators seem to be doing really good. I love that someone actually decorated the rabbit there.
Yeah.
Added actual bunny ears to it.
Well, we figured if we're going to chase a rabbit, we might as well have the rabbit ears. And then since we're in the construction environment, we wanted to put that chin strap on. So we've got that orange high-vis duct tape chin strap. And then we added the tails this morning just to balance it out. It's all about balance. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Really give them that feel.
Yep. But I mean, I think that really the star of the show is Skelly the skeleton.
Oh, definitely. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's there for safety.
He's there for safety, and what he's doing is he's encouraging them to go ahead and bring that last push of dirt out to get that right on grade where we want it. And Skelly's he's just helping everybody out.
Yeah, he looks like it. He has a nice cush job too. Gets to sit there a little bit. Unfortunately in the sun, but
and we didn't get him any sunscreen. That's the problem. But no. Other than that, we're happy to be talking with folks about technology so that they can understand some of the different pieces that we have, whether it be our 2D system, slope assist, or the full 3D. It gives them the opportunity to kind of play around with it a little bit and understand how that can help them in their work when they get back home. So
it's going to be so helpful for them. Just get the work done nice and smoothly with that bit of assistance. Be good.
Yep. Hey, it's all about making your life easier.
Exactly. It still makes you a good operator at the end of the day. Like, look at these guys. Amazing, you know?
Yep.
So what are you guys doing now to kind of make the cabs a little bit more comfier? I remember a couple of years ago being in it, and it was, like, bumpy. So I remember, like, back-breaking at times, in the old ones at least.
Yeah, for sure. A couple things with cabs on these new machines. We've kind of got, ever since about 2019 or so, we had our next-gen dozer lineup for both the small dozers and the medium dozers. And so we've improved the sound in the cab. We've, obviously we got air seats and super comfortable everywhere. But we've just kind of improved the whole dozer experience with some of the technology we have on the machine. So one key feature is what we call stable blade. So when you're grading along just manually, it's going to go ahead and keep that blade from bumping on you. It's just going to smooth that blade out.
Oh, that's so nice.
I like to compare it to image stabilization on your phone. If you're taking a picture, back in the old days, you take a picture and you were
Yep,
always
shake.
shaking a little and it would
Yeah.
always be fuzzy. Well, Stable Blade basically takes that bump out of it, just exactly like stabilization in a camera.
That'd be so nice, especially for the job to get it nice. Oh, that's perfect. I love that.
Yep. And the beauty of Dozer is that you're building your own road, right? So if we can keep it smooth and give the operator some technology to help them make that smooth road, then it just makes the whole experience better.
I love that. I love that there's like new advancements coming out for this. It's good. Perfect for the operator. And it's a lot more quieter, I'm guessing, now in the cab too.
You bet. Yeah, quieter in the cab. You know, we took a lot of that engine noise out. Of course, undercarriage is always the noisiest thing. So, you know, you can't do a lot about that. But we try to make them as quiet as we can in there. But pretty
That's good.
comfortable at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's good. I
You
love
bet.
that.
You bet. So, cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming out here to see us. And happy you were able to come hang out for a couple days, and maybe look forward to getting you on the Dozer tomorrow and run through the course.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be fun to hopefully get out there.
You bet.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Amanda.
The temperatures are heating up here in Clayton, North Carolina, and so is the competition as the top operators from across North America have descended here to compete in the Global Operator Challenge North America Finals. I'm joined by Andy McElmain, one of the competitors who just completed the Centennial Push. That was quite a challenge for you, huh, Andy?
It was a tough one. You go through a bunch of different obstacles between the barrels, try not to hit those, and then backing back through it, keep the tire off the ground. And so that was pretty complicated. Get over here, get the grade right. And then the rabbits going up the string, that's a neat one. But it all worked out pretty well, and we had a good time.
Andy, talk about what your emotions are like going through this day so far. You've completed two of the challenges, 2 to go.
I'm not too bad. I'm pretty confident. We're doing pretty well. So, you know, we'll get in here and we did well on the CTO. We didn't do horrible on the Dozer. We've got some other events coming up that are a little more strong suited. So fingers crossed, we're heading to Vegas.
That's something unique about this, right? You have to be a skilled operator across multiple machines to really be successful in this competition.
And that's what's cool about it is it's not just one strength. You know, it can take you out of your comfort zone, but it really tests you all around as an operator. So
what is it like, the camaraderie between the operators here, knowing that you're among the best of the best? This is an all-star team, really.
Right. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, everybody's cheering each other on. Obviously, you want to beat the next guy, but, you know, everybody's, you know, super fun, having a good time, watching their skills, picking up some tips that they're doing, kind of studying how they're going through the course. So,
Andy McElmain, appreciate your time today.
Oh.
Good luck with you as well.
Thank you.
In the rest of the competition. We have 2 more challenges to go here from Clayton, North Carolina. Stay on these CAT Construction channels to keep up with all that's happening here.